It's been 10 years since I launched this channel. I missed the anniversary. It was like December or something. So I thought I would do like a little retrospective video, um, just for shits and giggles. I mean, I've been on YouTube for so long in my life. At this point, despite maybe only being 22 years old, which is not, old um, to most people, I should say. Some people find that egregiously old. Um, but despite that time, I've been on YouTube for probably about 13 years, give or take. Because this channel wasn't my first channel. My first channel was, a little known fact. It was a channel I accidentally created while just trying to watch Pat and Jen, the Minecraft YouTubers. Um, I was just trying to watch them, and I made an account, and it was called YOLO Swag 73, which goes to show how old um, that this whole ordeal was. But I didn't start uploading right away. Because once I realized what I had, I had to, there was just so many things, But the first thing I did was I got my cousin, who I used to spend a lot of time with, a lot of time with as a kid. You know, I even live with him now, which is a funny story in of itself. But we were like, okay, well, we actually have a channel to upload now. Let's go record a video. And the first video we recorded was a Skate 3 recording. And we just sat there and then just let the phone, which was like a Samsung, probably 4 at the time, it's like a super just old phone, and we just recorded the TV. And it's really funny because despite it being my channel, I actually didn't even play um, in that video. It was just like a little like 16-minute video. I wish I had the original footage. But that channel is long since deleted. It was tied to a school email, and then when we graduated, they just deleted it because they don't need it anymore. Um, yeah, I mean, I posted pretty much everything on that channel. I remember one video in particular. I had some wrestling figures. It was of the Shield's debuts, their debut figures, and it came in a triple pack. And then I just had a video where I destroyed them. And I remember being really upset that that video did not pop off because I just destroyed some figures, not figure, not playing Elden Ring, some figures that I really cared about. But I was like, dude, this is going to go viral. This is, you know, what it's all about. And it's really funny to see in all my time of making content that I have never really gone viral. I mean, the biggest problem is, not sticking to one thing and just kind of doing everything. You know, there's never been consistent uploads. Um, there's never been a consistent genre. I guess like what I'm doing now is the most, but just a few years ago I was doing multiverse content. Before that I was doing Dokkan. And then I was kind of doing pretty much what I'm doing now, but split across another channel. A couple other now 30 dot trick, where even that's not the same. I try to just upload things I find cool there, like edits and whatnot. While the couple other humor is a little more prevalent on this channel. Um, but man, I've had some times on YouTube, kind of just doing everything leads you just to so many paths. I remember getting moderately big. I wouldn't say massively big, but I had a following on the on Dokkan Twitter. Like it's so much so it's like a lot of my more popular videos, like the Dokkan ones, actually have some decent views. Um, Considered to like the stuff I would normally do, was normally getting at the time. Um, but yeah, I will say it's funny to look back at. I wish I had every video. Like I wish I never deleted videos instead of what I do now, where if I don't want them up on my channel, they're just gone. You can't see them, but I have them unlisted. Because like one day, even now, like I go back, I watch some of those. It's like so a lot of those videos have my face in it, and it's like I'm not it, not like need to protect my identity, don't want it on the internet, but I'd prefer um, you know, some ambiguity. No, that's not the word. I would prefer to be somewhat anonymous, but it's like if you look hard enough, you can find my face somewhere. Hell, if you've met me online, I've probably shown it to you. It's like I don't hide that from online friends and whatnot. But it's like there are so many years of videos that are uploaded, just detailing like my high school life. Like I made a video when I graduated, because I didn't get well when I got my diploma, because I didn't grab it right away. I graduated during COVID, sadly, where like everyone else, it just kind of fucking sucked. Um, but I didn't get my diploma until like around September. No, no, it's later than that. I think it was like December. Actually, I definitely have a photo of that somewhere. I'm not showing off this photo because I was so ugly in high school. Um, I never really cared about how I looked or my fashion until, um, until adulthood, really. And when I got a job, that was kind of what did it. Yeah, I didn't get my diploma till December 1st, which is just crazy. So much longer than when I graduated. Regardless, it's just I really wish I had that history of my entire channel. And it's like, yes, even the one that got deleted, even the one where it was just like cam videos, videos where trying to be a Super Mario Logan ripoff, at an age where that was acceptable to do, because a guy's been doing YouTube for like 10, as long as I have, longer. I grew up watching his content before I even had dreams of it. I grew up watching guys like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Matt Pat, just like real entrepreneurs of that scene. And I've just watched the platform grow and change, and my personal change along with it. And I wish I could see that a little bit more. But I don't. Outside of deleting videos, I don't really regret what I've done on YouTube. I wish I could be a little more consistent. That's one for sure. Because it would be nice to have some actual growth. I'm trying to do it now. It's like I'm always too wrapped up in too many projects, and in doing such, I never do any of them good enough, or I never commit to any of them long enough. As we speak, like this channel doesn't really get a lot of updates because I've started putting a lot more work into a group channel that I have, which will be linked down in the description. But even that, you know, I know I have a plan for a channel once March comes around, the new WWE 2K game comes out, where me and my friends make a bunch of, creative wrestlers and like, you know, make a simulated TV show out of it. This is an idea that I've had for a while, um, and I think that's gonna be a really cool project. I'm gonna announce it on here. It's all said and done. I've already made some like graphic stuff right now, but you know, sadly, a lot of this falls on to no one. I wouldn't even be surprised if there's probably two people that are hearing what I'm saying right now, just because I've never truly committed myself to YouTube in a way where it's like I'm doing the same thing and not switching it up. So anytime I remotely get a fan base, they just leave because I'm not doing the same thing. Or what likely happened first is I got burnt out and stopped doing the niche that I set on. Instead of like kind of doing what I'm doing now, where I make videos for me. I make them because I like what I did with it. I like it because that recording session was particularly funny to me, and I had a good time doing it. I really want to try to do a little more of what I was doing for a bit, where the channel's less edited content, um, like with like the Cuphead video, the Splunky video. It's two of the videos I adore on this channel, just because I think this style of YouTube is dead. It's not profitable. You're not going to grow big doing this. Um, just purely off YouTube, I should say, because obviously this is a whole type of Twitch streamer, and a lot of them thrive like this. Like Northern Liner is not a guy who plays the same game 24/7. He's not a guy that boots up a live stream with objective. He just goes and talks, and he's just unapologetically him. And that doesn't really thrive on YouTube like that anymore. As sad as it is, 'cause that's the era I grew up with. Those were the type of people I watched. They would turn a let's play into several parts, but like their recorded session was 3 videos, 4 videos, where not much was even, you know, cut out. Um, but it's people's attention spans are so bad nowadays, and even I'm guilty of that. Where it's like I have a hard time focusing, and not just like go on my phone getting a little dopamine. One of the 7 social media platforms that are installed on my phone because everything is just so mainstream, mainlined to be like that nowadays. That YouTube as a whole has kind of suffered because of it, and now they're also just doing a bunch of dog shit with AI. That's really disheartening to see. A platform that was founded on people's creativity and just like their drive to make is now getting tainted by, you know, AI, generative AI, which is just such a problem. Like normal AI is not that bad, but it's a minute you start stealing other people's art instead of going on your way to just like commission someone from art, which is really not hard to do at all. You just open up Twitter, you'll see 10 commissions. Um, it's kind of just disheartening seeing people get like so lazy. Just you know, just the way the world's going, it's kind of sucks right now. But that's just the way it is. So I might make some more videos, and not in this particular style, like no editing. I talk till I run out of things to talk about, but more so in the style of, yeah, I'm gonna sit down for like, you know, an hour and just play a game, probably with like one friend, then just turn that into a video. But it's gonna be pretty hard once like March and April, probably when I actually fully launch the channel comes around. I think it's gonna take some time to one make all the wrestlers, finish all the assets that I need, and then learn how to edit the show like an actual broadcast. That it's going to be something that's just going to take time. I mean, I have plenty of editing experience. I've been editing on YouTube for probably like 4 years, like 3 years of starting to actually try to put some effort behind the videos. Even though I prefer a relatively unedited and kind of raw video, yeah, I still put some edit, and I try not to over edit my stuff though, because personally, that's just not. I try to make stuff that I would like to watch, especially now at my unk age. I realize there's also somewhat of a wanting for that because it's just a lost art. It's not something you see every day. Granted, it means my channel's gonna stagnate. I'm not gonna have 1 million subscribers. I wouldn't be surprised if don't hit 1,000 unless I actually stay a little more consistent. But I think it's important to just be unapologetically you, as long as it's not hurting other people or things like animals. Don't go fucking animals or anything, but hey man, it's like I think you should live how you want to live, as long as you're not hurting yourself or other people. And with that, you know, you should make the content you want to make instead of trying to appease an algorithm where you're kind of just a slave to grinding YouTube shorts every day, 2 times a day, just trying to make the funniest joke you can get for that viral 10 to 15 second clip. Instead of more people shouldn't be afraid to just like, you know, take risks. Do something you've like thought about doing for a while. Like I'm writing a script for a short film right now. That's not something I would have ever imagined me doing years ago. Um, and something I'm doing. It's a huge risk that I'm taking. It's gonna be a good amount of money. It's gonna be a lot of stress. It's going to be a lot of time filming. It's like just even building up the funds for that is going to take me like closer to a year. And then refining my script, finding, all the actors. Like preferably I want them to be friends, but most of them have, unlike me, I have some stage experience. I took a class in high school a theater class that I skipped the final because I have insanely bad stage fright. But it's just about YouTube should just be a platform about promoting you and the you actually are, not like some face you put on to try to appease every side of the internet and just get more views. It should just be you. And I'm still trying to bring that art to my channel. You know, maybe I'll do more talk videos like this. It's actually kind of fun. It's like almost like a podcast, essentially a podcast with just myself. Um, just realizing that the actual like rolling around footage is kind of loud, and it's probably annoying to listen to this video, but I'm not reshooting this. It's already been 15 minutes and I'm not done talking. Um, yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't touch on the multiverses phase. I've just been so wrapped up in just YouTube talking about YouTube as a whole. But yeah, that was the phase I talked. Can I talk about the Dokkan one? I didn't talk my Roblox phase. We'll talk about the multiverses one first. Man, that game makes me so sad because I feel like it was truly lightning the bottom with that beta. The game felt fantastic. I think twos is just such an incredible thing. Um, the problem is a lot of people did not want to play twos. A lot of people just wanted to play solos, and then as such didn't like the game once it came out of beta and it slowed down. Where to me it felt like the slowdown was more attention from twos. I still played twos during the time, and what the fuck? I still played twos very heavily during that time. Um, and I think the game still felt genuinely good because it was just meant for twos. What's going on today? Um, but yeah, I think it's crazy that that game failed as bad as it did. It's what happens when you have a CEO that just doesn't listen to its player base, um, and you have just really no incentive for people to keep playing the game unless they just love the game, like people like me, where that game was kind of everything to me. I put some like the last year the game was up is my most played game. I think it was 2024 at this point. I think it's already been that long. Like it was literally just my most played game that year. I had like close to 1,000 hours on it. It's a shame I couldn't really do more with it on YouTube because it's the biggest boom I've had in period. Like, even if I look at my YouTube shorts, which some of them got like a couple thousand, and the ones on the group channel also have a good, ones like that. Not to toot my own horn, but YouTube shorts is it's just easy views. In my opinion, they don't even really count. Um, but yeah, that multiverse, man, cause I put out a tier list, and then day one it pulled in 10K views. And then over the course of a week, it got closer to 20K and eventually hit 20K. Um, but at that time, I've not even had a video hit 1,000 views. I still really haven't. I don't think any outside of Multiverses ones have hit it. But I couldn't really. I didn't have like a PC at the time or really know how to do like run a capture card of my Xbox, to my thing. So like I made some gameplay stuff, but it was it was like a clip compilation. Which just didn't do as good as I had hoped because it took a lot of work, um, and it just got no traction. But it was really funny to see how Malthus died off, even though it is incredibly sad for a guy like me that just played it that much. But it really goes to show that as a CEO, you really need to listen to your fan base and not just do what you want to do. And then also don't take a game down, especially if you're you know planning on bringing it back up. Like it just completely killed the game. I don't know, but like my Xbox, I was on last gen. The game just didn't work on last gen. So like during the beta, I didn't even. How am I even play? During the beta, I didn't get to play nearly as much. A lot of my time on Ultra's came from its reboot, and by then I mean no one cared. The game was like dead on relaunch. People played it, didn't like it, and just gone. Because the internet's always too quick to move on from stuff. It's kind of sad to see that stuff just doesn't have that lasting effect anymore. I think it's just a lot of it's just because stuff is made to go viral, and it's made without soul, and then you just see stuff just not living. You know, like seriously, like try to think of 5 movies that have left an actual lasting impact on you that came out this decade, the past 6 years. Like, it's probably a really hard thing for you to do. I can't even really name much. It's like most of them are just kind of horror movies. I feel like that genre is still one that is thriving nowadays. You know, Nosferatu was a fantastic movie. Sinners is one of the best movies of this fucking decade. I would stand on that. It just holds as a normal movie. Um, see, I can't even really think of like a lot of other ones. I just have so much brain fog. I think a lot of people do these days too. Um, sure, that's nothing. But yeah, it's sad to see decline in just art and just culture surrounding art because everyone is just kind of too quick to move on. Just look for something new and better. Stuff doesn't last anymore. But yeah, hey, that's the Marvel Rivals phase. I don't know how we started talking about heart and soul again. I guess that's kind of just the underlying theme of tonight. Um, but then there's the Roblox phase. The Roblox phase that was fun though. Cause that one of those videos I did a gambling video, and lo and behold, that got me a lot of views. Who would have thought kids want to see people gamble on Roblox, the game they're so heavily invested in? Um, and while we're here, let me fucking talk about that dog shit update. Um, so their intentions behind it was good. They just like, hey, we're just gonna make it so people in age groups can only talk to people in certain age groups, which on paper sounds like a good way to stop people being pedophiles on that site. Um, but in reality, it didn't do anything because people have just made alt accounts that are verified to that age. So anything, it just made it easier. You know, you just gave them unrestricted access to knowing exactly the age of everyone they're actually up like talking to. You know, it's someone like me, it doesn't really bother me because everyone that I talk to is 18 and up, and preferably I don't want to talk to anyone under the age of 18 anyways. Even just like a social aspect, a lot of kids are kind of just annoying. You know, their brains just haven't developed yet, and they just quite frankly can be annoying. So it's like I don't mind being limited to just talking to people, adults. Um, but the problem is it just kills the communities for a lot of these games. You look at stuff like just like anime games, for example. Half that player base is like 15 to 16, but also a good majority of them are people that are also over 18. You know, it's like you're really hitting like the 15 through 20 demographic there, and it splits player bases in half. And like for smaller games, there's this one game I play on there a lot, called Breadwinner World. Breadwinner World, that's what it is. And it's like a simulate the economy of a boat game. It's a game I love. Quite frankly, it's a very good soothing mind off game. Good community on there. The problem is that it's a very small game. You never see more than 300 people on it at once, um, and the chats can just be like dead. And like I've noted, even if there's like 7 people on in your server in your little village, like chats will just be dead because of limitations. Because games are filled with people that are younger, and like it wouldn't be a big deal if it actually fixed the problem of like, hey, you know, now adults can't talk to children. There's no workaround whatsoever, but there is so many easy workarounds. One, kids will lie about their age. I cannot tell you how many times I said that I was born in like '98 growing up, or even a little younger when it was needed. So like already then you're gonna have kids and the lobbies. I've already seen it. Like someone saying like, "Oh, I'm actually like 16, but I lied about my age." But you also have people doing the reverse, and people selling accounts that are those ages. Like I've seen screenshots of people like seeing those accounts on like eBay and stuff, and it's just sickening because right there just shows that you created a problem that like was already a problem, but you made a problem. I don't want to say worse, but you changed a problem. It just you didn't fix the problem. You just made it an inconvenience towards normal people, and then didn't make it better for or make it worse for the people that or make it better for like children that actually you know should need protecting because it's a Roblox should be a platform for everybody, kids and adults, but it should be safe for kids, and it's just quite frankly not, and kids should not be on it because of that. Even with the new filter, the new stuff, kids should still not be on that. Um, yeah, that's enough about Roblox. What else? What else can I talk about? Um, I guess I could talk more about the group channel. The group channel it's been very fun. It's not as active as I hope. A lot of people have access to it and just have made videos, and making videos sucks. Um, okay, I shouldn't say it sucks, but doing the whole process yourself kind of just genuinely does suck. Um, as someone who's done that for years, I've never had someone edit a video that I've uploaded. Um, Rarely have I even had anyone do my thumbnails. It's like I'm not good at thumbnails, but I've had like two people probably ever do my thumbnails. One of them was a dope kind of one, the other one was a good friend of mine. Um, and it's like it's a lot of work, but a lot of people had access to the channel. I was really hoping people would, want to kind of make like their own content for the channel, and just the group channel being everything thing. Like, hey, you kind of make what your vision is. If your vision is what I was talking about earlier, where it's like you want to make longer videos that are kind of more uncut, do that. Have fun with it. That's what this is for. But like really, no one updates, no one uploads, which is disheartening. I mean, like I know a few people have videos working on, but like the channel kind of died because no one was doing anything. I was the only one doing stuff, and I was also uploading videos to my channel at the time that were like similar content. It's like it's hyper edited down to like 15 minutes at the most of like a play session where it's like you're getting sound effects, you're getting photos on the screen, you're getting jokes, and that's like the whole video. It's a video I really like making, but it's just time consuming. For as long as the recording session is, you're normally spending double that on the video sometimes, especially if you're like really trying to fine tune it. Like a 2 hour video really can be a 3 to 4 hour editing job. It's never not a 3 hour editing job if you have 2 hours of footage. Like from just doing everything. But even though if you don't want to do what I do, where you sit and make and do one recorded session, um, making clip videos are easy as hell. They got software now. If your computer's decent, you can install like Metal, and it's not a great one, but you can install it. Um, and then editing's easy, man. It's just fine tuning your craft and then learning what everything does. All of a sudden, boom, you can make videos. You just gotta have the thought process of, hey, I want to improve this. What can I do differently? How can I text my friends and say, hey, what should I add to this video? What is it missing? But yeah, that's just where a lot of you know where what I've done, a lot of the work I've done recently has been on that channel and not here, which like I do want to actually start going back to my more unedited, like loosely unedited, just vibe out in a call. Um, Granted, half of those were done under the influence, and made that a lot easier to have a more entertaining, like uncut session. You know, but don't go under the influence, kids. If there's any even watching this, um, it's not worth it. It's not worth the brain cells you lose. It's not worth your lungs hurting every day. Um, having headaches and hangovers, and like he just even the ones that are worse than that, the ones that are you know form actual addictions to, and rehab and stuff. Or just don't do it. It's not worth it. Don't do it to like impress people. I don't know how every time I talk about doing drugs, it always turns into an anti like don't do drugs thing. Uh, it does every time though. Yeah, I really do want to start doing those videos again for this channel. If this channel is it's my baby. This channel has literally been around for 10 years. This channel, it's like yes, I've been doing YouTube longer, but this channel itself is 10 years old. That is older than two of my siblings. That is, it has pretty much been around this exact channel for over half my life. Not quite, because I am 22 and the channel's 10. So in 2 years, it would be around for half my life, which is just something ridiculous to think about. This channel has grown with me. It has changed with me. It's changed with the times, and it's just kind of wild to see that growth being so laid out for me. Even just like mostly videos that you guys will not see, because it is like me fat as shit in the worst shirt you've ever seen and the worst haircut you've ever seen. Um, and I'm just talking about, I'm just yapping about something that's not important, which not too differently than what I'm doing right now, outside the fact that I got that shit on. And I've grown my hair out for like the first time ever, so my hair is not the worst haircut you've ever seen, though it's up there, because sometimes it just does not look that good. But that's the joy of growing, man, is looking back and seeing how much you've changed. Um, because like in the moment, it never feels like anything's that different. You think about your life probably to how it was a month ago, you know, maybe even a week ago, if something kind of crazy happened to you, and it's like, it doesn't feel like anything really changes. And then you look back, and all of a sudden everything is completely different. Like that's kind of just life. And this channel just being around for half my life, just kind of get to be a time capsule of my life. It's just really cool. I'll never. Some people will never get to say they know exactly word for word what they would say about a certain topic 5 years ago, like word for word. Like, if I wanted, I can put my exact reaction to, you know, Tech Grade 8 Vegeta and Super Saiyan, I mean, STR Kaioken Goku from the Saiyan Saga. I have that on deck. A lot of people can't do things like that. I just think it's kind of the beauty. And that's another reason I want to do more unedited content, because it gets, yeah, it gets the personality around more. It's a lot easier to understand someone when you're stuck with their thoughts for 30 minutes and it's 30 minutes of thinking versus 30 minutes of their thoughts um, from a 3 hour recording session. You don't get to see the evolution of just their mind during that like recording session and whatnot. I'm kind of saying shit now, but this has been a good talk, and I'm not quite ready for it to stop. Maybe I'm just having fun. It's gonna have not touched the game since launch. You couldn't tell by how horrendous my gameplay is. Um, I literally don't remember how to do anything, like at all. Like I don't remember what to do. But yeah, this year, I guess I'll talk about my plan for the channel still, because I kind of loosely done it like sporadically every 7 minutes. Um, I do plan to upload more, and then kind of just keep this channel a little more loose. I like what we have going on. I like what we're doing here. I think we're making stuff that's not gonna be as popular, but it's stuff I'm just more happy with, and especially with me also still wanting to focus on the group channel. Um, and then that channel kind of be me trying to do what's more popular on YouTube. Not exactly, obviously, because there's just some things I won't stoop to. Um, you know, me making like a 20-minute, you know, or like a 15-minute super edited video, and coupling that with, you know, YouTube Shorts up to the fucking 6th of next month. That's literally how many I was able to make off this one video. Um, where, you know, I'm stacked. I got like, you know, there's like 14 days of uninterrupted YouTube Shorts, and I got a YouTube video to work on that I've been working on. Started actually only kind of did once, uh, you know, but I, in my defense, was still working on getting shorts and whatnot. Anyways, um, yeah, this channel I kind of want to just do more stuff like the Cuphead video, um, like the Splunky video, maybe stuff that I can actually kind of get more friends on for. You know, Drifty's like the only one that ever ends up my videos. I got plenty of friends. You know, you probably don't believe me just from the statement here, but I do. They just don't end up in videos. So we'll try to find a way to incorporate them in some regards. We just play a game and shoot the shit for a while. Um, but yeah, that's kind of the plan. Be a little more consistent and just let this channel start to become a journal of my life in like a not so literal way, or a not so like purposeful way. Like I'm not gonna come on here and talk about how my lifespan. It's just kind of like a, if you were to choose and watch like a day of my life, that's what I want these videos to kind of represent in a way. Where it's like, you know, when I'm like 30, it could be, you know, I can just get a glimpse of who I really was and not just, you know, I'm trying to make content. I don't know. I don't really don't know what I'm saying anymore. Kind of, I've kind of lost a lot. Um, but yeah, so more longer on edited videos. If you want edited videos, go check out the link for it. You know, link in the description. The repo video I just put out is probably as good, if not the better than the repo video I have on my channel already. It's definitely better edited. It's best editing work I've done, and I'm only planning on getting better at it because, you know, I've tried um, offering my services for editing. That sounds like I'm a prostitute. Um, I've tried doing that, so, and it's just kind of a pain in the ass. You need a lot of information I don't have, like a W-2. Um, you know, just stuff like that. But yeah, I want to be able to maybe even edit for other people someday. Not that I love editing, but you know, money's money. Um, so I would not expect this channel to be the channel you want to watch if you want um, high-end content. You're just getting, you're getting some older stuff. I've been playing through a bunch of games, trying to just explore and play new games. Um, maybe I'll make some videos on some of that stuff. You know, there's this one game I just bought that looks weird as hell, and I wanted to play Under the Influence. You know, I probably shouldn't make a lot of Under the Influence videos, even if I don't normally disclose it. Like I'm not on this video, but a lot of the unedited videos are. Like Splunky, I know for sure it was right after a session outside. Um, but yeah, this channel, unedited, kind of raw videos. Blanket Fort got you covered for those edited videos, at least for me. I'm not going to speak to how everyone else is going to upload their videos. And, you know, hopefully more people will start uploading videos. Hint, hint, if any of them are watching. Then that wrestling channel, man, that's what I'm really excited about. It's just going to be so much work, and it's going to be so much time out of my day that I'm afraid if it doesn't do that good, I'm going to want to give up just because I tend to do that. If I put a lot of effort into something and there isn't that payoff, I just tend to lose track of the reason I did it in the first place and to just lose that motivation. Um, so hopefully I just don't do that with that channel because I have a bunch of cool stuff planned for it. I really want to be able to um, bring my vision to other people. Um, I don't have a link for that channel yet, just because I haven't made it. Um, because I need to at least wait until it's relatively ready to start uploading. But eventually I will announce that channel. I still don't know if I want to do commentary on it, but at the same time I kind of don't. It's just more work, but I'm not against doing that. We will see. There's just gonna have to be some workarounds for that channel, but I am excited to do it. Um, and hopefully this is a spin-off channel to end all spin-off channels. This ain't no cup of Pokemon where I'm really passionate about Pokemon. I still am. It's not something that's gone away, but then I just don't know how to make videos for it that actually feel worth someone's time and doesn't just feel like a carbon copy of someone else doing the exact same thing. It just mentally burn me out and depress me to the point where I don't upload anything on that channel. I think a couple Pokemon actually might have one video, but that channel was just that channel was a mistake for me. But I also just didn't want to rebrand my channel for the, you know, seventh time where, you know, I'm like, hey, I'm switching genres again, and then it's impossible for anyone to even discover or find that channel or like that channel even. It's like that's probably why I might unlist a lot of my videos. It kind of hurts with the YouTube algorithm, but in a way, I like not needing to. I like not needing to have to give people links to watch videos in a way. Like, a friend wants to watch me play multiverses, he just has that access to that video. It's just there. In a way, that's really nice. I don't know. It's also just not indicative of what I do. So I kind of want to change it up. I probably won't, just for simplicity's, you know, simplicity's sake. Um, yeah, that's really all I got to talk about. Look forward to any one of my three projects if any of those interest you. Um, Stick around, and if not, you know, feel free to leave. Not everything's for everybody. It's fine if um, one to three things I mentioned isn't for you. Um, yeah, I hope you just enjoy your life. Because if you don't enjoy my stuff, probably the last time you're ever gonna hear my voice. You know, probably one of the last times you'll ever think about me. Um, and yeah, and if you're excited for any of that stuff, make sure to hit subscribe, like, follow, all that stuff. Um, you know, links will be down the channel. No, nope. There will be links around in the description. Stuff you may need. You wanna see me rant about and fucking tweet about pro wrestling and how bad the government is on Twitter? It's there. That's for you. Um, yeah, you wanna watch more videos of me? I got a link for a channel for that too. Shit, I probably got two. Like I think 30 Dot Trick is linked on here. I'll actually have to double check that. I'm not sure because I don't really upload on 30 Dot Trick anymore unless I make like some sort of edit, which I don't really do often. But I've kind of designated that channel to the channel that I upload stuff when I do cool shit. Um, so yeah, I mean that's what that channel's for. But quickly, because I forgot to fucking talk about this. Um, so I'm planning on making a movie. It is a lot of work, but you know, I don't know where I want to upload that video because I might just upload it here, but that video is gonna be terrible because I want to upload it with like licensed music and stuff that I don't have a license to, which just means it's getting copyrighted and barely be able to upload. So I'm gonna have to like make a website or something to host this video, to host that video uninterrupted because I'm also probably gonna have to censor some blood because it's a horror movie. I'm gonna have to censor some stuff um, from the normal video, but eventually, circa 2027, you'll see a short film that I directed, probably starring I'm a narcissist. You'll see it probably on this channel because I can't imagine me doing enough projects like that frequently to want to make a separate channel for it. And then also, Lord knows we don't need another Couple Rand separate channel. We just, we just don't need that. The world, it's like when Richard Watson got a job. The world just explodes. It's just not something we need. So yeah, just look forward to anything I do if that's something that interested you because a lot like usual, a lot's getting thought of, and I actually have a good amount of passion to try to actually do all the things I want to do for once. I feel good about some of the projects, like the movie thing is something I've thought about for a while. This script that I'm doing, I'm taking my time writing it, just because I know I'm not gonna be able to do anything with it until I have money. It's just gonna be a while out. So it's like that passion that was still there from when I first had the dream that gave me the idea to start writing the script. You know, this movie was came to me entirely in a dream. It's not even the only one that I have planned that did that. Because there was just a phase where I just was almost every dream was a nightmare. Some of them just made for good plots of movies. So, um, but yeah, just look out. I'm literally just repeating myself now, so I'm gonna force myself to stop recording. Have a good rest of your day if you sat this far. Um, take care, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Peace out, gotcha gamers.